so much fun for me to drive through the neighborhoods on winter. It's always delightful. So I've dropped my kids and I have my warm chocolate. I think I'm going to drink it at home in the comfort of my home and then continue with my day. But it's so peaceful and beautiful. Just love it. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is 𝗪𝐴-𝐸𝑡𝐶𝑒𝑠. This is the channel where we talk about fragrances and arts. And today I thought of just doing some vlogging and showing you a winter day in Chicago. And I've been doing vlogging in a warm place and I come here and I'm like, oh my God, what do I do today? But it's a beautiful day. And it's low-key, and I am going to take you on a few errands with me and tell you about what I'm wearing today. And I also would like to talk about the winter fragrances that I'm enjoying the most. See you in a little bit. So I am in the balcony this summer. I filmed right from here my summer fragrances. I was tempted to film my winter fragrances here, but I'm not sure how long I would survive just staying outside and showing you fragrances on winter. But I'll show you what it looks like on summer and what I'm enjoying right now, this beautiful winter day in Chicago. So lovely. The tree is covered with the snow. These are those flowers that I love so much during the summer, and they are just very, very nice even on winter because they have this brown color. So it's about noon and I have to go take my kids to school, but it's quite lovely to just be able to enjoy, quite frankly, right here from the house, the outdoor. So I'm going down and I'm going to just warm up the car and take my kids to school. It is so nice. And the great thing is it's not necessarily that cold when it's snowing. That's something I've come to understand. Very rarely does it really get extremely cold what we are in the midst of snow. But it's just beauty at its best right now. Beautiful winter day in Chicago. So now the real fun began because I have to shovel the snow from my car. It's actually not as bad as I was hoping. Well, it's actually not as bad as I was expecting. And I just really love this very big, heavy brush. So I am going to need to use both my hands to deal with this fun activity right here. So I'll see you in a little bit. Did you guys wear any fragrance today? What's your scent of the day?
I wore the Bed and Body Works. No, it's Bath and Body Works Christmas cookies scent. It's seasonal.
It's kind of. What about you, Amy? What about you? What's your scent of the day today? Do you remember? Oh, scent of the day. Did you wear any fragrance today?
Axe body spray and tub soap.
Oh, okay.
I don't know, deodorant?
Yeah.
I wear deodorant. I don't know, I don't really wear perfume.
Hi guys. One of my favorite YouTubers, Scent, Uncommon Scent. He has this little driving. He does these episodes where he's driving. So I am essentially having an uncommon scent moment. So I always think it's so fun when he's driving and just talking about his car. I mean, I always think it's so fun when he's driving and talking about his fragrance. So I think it's a good opportunity now to just tell you what I'm wearing today. And I just dropped my kids from school and we had a little conversation about what they're wearing today. So it was a nice teaching moment because when I told them what their scent of the day, they didn't even know that concept. So yeah, we have to teach the young. So not surprisingly, they like those Bath and Body Works type of fragrances. I see them ordering them all the time. So I give them options with all type of a little bit more advanced Marc Jacob and so forth, but they still go back to their, you know, Bath and Body Work type of scent. So I don't blame them. I used to love those fragrances also, and I still love them. They're nice to go to bed with and to even layer. I know 𝘍𝘓𝘐 talks a lot about layering Bath and Body Works fragrances with other fragrances. So 𝘍𝘓𝘐 is another YouTuber that I also like. So she talks about those type of fragrances that a little bit sometimes like the younger sort of crowd may like in particular. Everyone can like them, but I find that like it is the case for my teenage daughters, they just love those fragrances. So yeah, I am wearing my Burberry black, and it is actually by a very famous perfumer, Francis Kurkdjian, who has done, you know, gone on and made, you know, well-known fragrances like Baccarat Rouge 540. And you can clearly see, although this is a much less expensive fragrance, it's a designer fragrance, my Burberry black, you can see that there is quite a lot of quality to it. There is a lot of inventiveness to it. So when I first smelled it, it was early on sort of my fragrance collection. So when I first tried Burberry black, it was during summer. It was definitely a little bit too sweet. and it even felt a little bit cloying, but I had over applied it. But today it is such a yummy scent to wear. I'm just definitely very happy. It is my first time this winter wearing Burberry Black, and I am very much delighting in it. So yes, that's my scent of the day. I just dropped the kids off school, and I'm going back home to work. I have quite a lot of work to do. First, I'm going to stop to have my favorite hot chocolate. That's Mexican chocolate, and just have lunch and continue working, and hopefully I'll see what else the day bring. I've been thinking about another fragrance. So later this afternoon, I may go and add it to my collection. I am not sure. But if I do, I will take you with me and I will let you know what it is. Oh, right on time to see the train leaving the station. And it feels like ancient history the last time I was in this train. And because of remote work and social distancing, I have not taken the train, and it's just been quite a while. So yes, I've arrived at my favorite spot to get nice warm chocolate on winter, and I am about to delight in some chocolate. I'll take you inside with me. There goes Leonidas. There goes Leonidas. Yes, so here I am in front of Leonidas chocolate for me to get some warm Mexican hot chocolate. Looks a bit like chocolate heaven here. Hope you can see some of those beautiful chocolates they have. Perfect spot to be right here. Oh, all those hearts also remind me that Valentine is coming very soon, so we have to do something about that. Wow, I'm in chocolate heaven here. This totally reminds me to order chocolate and to send, since now we cannot go visit relatives. So it would be a nice touch to get some chocolate in nice hot packs and send to relatives. So hi guys, welcome back on my winter vlog. As I promised you this morning, I was going to show you my lineup for winter. It's quite extensive. Not as many as some other YouTubers, but I tend to only keep fragrances that I really like, because when I studied, I didn't start as a collector. I basically studied as a perfume lover. So perhaps I made some mistake, because there were some perfumes that I should have been more patient with and take my time with. And so once I didn't like them, I returned them. But I'm sure, you know, as I go through the years or the journey, I'm going to perhaps revisit them and as my taste changes. But I wanted to give you a quick look of what I have here. Yes, so I like to rotate, and on winter, I keep my winter fragrances around, and then on summer and spring, I have another set of fragrances. So I would say these are mostly the fragrances that I wear on winter. And of course, I like to incorporate art every corner I can. This is a nice painting by an African artist, Ebenezer. And so of course I have the Baccarat Rouge right here, and I'm not crazy about Baccarat Rouge. Unfortunately, my husband doesn't like it, but it's a very expensive purchase for me. But I'm hoping that during winter it would smell different, because the smoky smell will be more, would warm up a bit with the snow. So I have to try it on to see, but since it didn't work this summer and spring, so I'm hoping it would work this winter. And I think I've been trying it this winter and he cannot even see really the difference. He hasn't complained about it too much. So I think it's a great winter fragrance as a compromise. And then I have this set of Bulgari fragrances, and I have to keep them in a box because they're actually not very strong on their skinny leg right here. So I keep them in a box here. But and you have to also be careful about the cover because it's heavy. Oops, like I was saying. I have reviewed and I've found them very perfect for winter because there is so much sophistication to them. Even the ones that are light are really nice for winter as well. And I also have, I like to take just a few from a specific house, and because I have to make sure that I really like them. So I have 3 from House of Sillage, and all 3 are just perfect for winter. And I like this when I was in Haiti during the evening, and it worked perfectly, and this worked perfectly on winter. This is really all year round, the Passion de l'Amour. And this one is a little bit like Baccarat Rouge. This is Whispers of Truth, but I find it a little bit more complex and somewhat, I'm sorry to say that, nicer than Baccarat Rouge. So maybe I can mix them together as well. They both have the saffron and the sweetness to them, but this one is a little bit more powdery. So maybe the 2 together would work really nice. And of course, this is a winter gem right here, the Emerald Rain, because it has the cardamom, and it's just a very warm, spicy fragrance. So it's very comforting for winter, even to wear at night. And then I have here 3 from the perfumer Paolo Terenzi, which I've talked so much about. And these 2 are Tiziana Terenzi, White Fire, and then Caput Mundi, those 2. And the White Fire actually is really nice on winter, I find, because it has, although it has an aquatic note, but it's a very cold kind of snow-like aquatic. So it works really well for winter. And this one, of course, is probably one of the heaviest fragrance I have because it's an oud, and it has the rose and the oud, and it is so luxurious that when I'm having, let's say, meetings, I have a book club, when in the evening we have a glass of wine and we meet over Zoom, and it's just a very luxurious fragrance to have and hang out, even virtually with friends. And I have the Vicento Cianuro, and the packaging itself makes it look very wintry, although it's a fruity chypre fragrance. But I find that it has enough hump to it to also make it really beautiful on winter and really smell very yummy. And this is from the house of, this is from Parfum de Marly, And it's one of my favorite parfums de Mali. So this is Darcy, and that's really my favorite from them. And it has this orange blossom and this patchouli, which makes it so sophisticated and elegant for winter. I've just really loved this fragrance a lot. It's just very sexy, and it's a very professional fragrance also. If you don't over apply it, you can wear it if you go into work. But it's definitely my favorite Parfum de Mali fragrance. And then this has been my fun fragrance this summer by Amouage, and that's Sunshine Woman. And I find, because it has a blonde tobacco, that it works, and saffron, I believe, it works perfectly even on winter also. And especially inside at home, I just really still love to wear Amouage Sunshine Woman in spite of its name on winter. Le Labo, I have two Le Labo. One is Another 13 and one is Ylang 49. These are just so beautiful and long lasting and so beast mode. Everything Le Labo, once it gets on my skin, it just doesn't come off. So these have, and so I find that it's best for me to wear them on winter. Although this one is slightly lighter, but regardless, both of them just for me works perfectly on winter. So these are my two favorite Le Labo that I like to wear on winter. So moving on, we have, of course, my staple Tom Ford right here, my black bottle Tom Ford, and three of them here. Of course, my Black Orchid, my Noir Extreme, and the effing fabulous. I just really rely on those fragrances to feel really sexy and luxurious on winter. But the thing is, on winter, you don't even have to be going out to wear them to a special occasion. And they're just very comforting fragrances. This one with the black truffle, and it's just like so yummy. And this one is sort of just amp up on the sweetness and on the warmth, and it's just a very sexy fragrance. And then I have, let's put this here for now, I have three from House of Sicily. Those fragrances are just so beautiful. Even at home, I get a lot of fun with my hubby because he's always teasing me whenever I wear these fragrances. He feels like they smell like how a beautiful woman should smell like. So, Eau du Soir, and this one is a floral fragrance, but I find it's a little bit heavy enough, even if it's a floral fragrance, easier to wear on winter. And then Soir d'Orient, of course, just amp up on the feel of this one, Eau du Soir. And it's just a beautiful Oriental, heavy lifter and wonderful winter fragrance. And in addition to Amouage, which is my fun fragrance, my Byredo are also my fun fragrances. I just really love them. And I have two here that I find are perfect for winter. My Accord Oud, and that was one of my first early introduction to oud, just because I wasn't an oud fragrance. And I think Dr. Rose and I were talking, and she's so in love with, Dr. Rose is another YouTuber, she's so in love with oud. So I started trying to get my nose acquainted to oud. So Byredo Accord Oud, I just really love, and I find it just irresistible this winter. And Bal d'Afrique, because I can't live without it. I just always need it, and that's why it's even a bigger bottle than Accord Oud, and that's actually my second Bal d'Afrique. And this is my sexy fragrance, Vivienne Westwood. And although it's floral, I just find that it's just a very beautiful fragrance. to just really feel very womanly and sexy. So I've even worn it sort of in the evening, just hanging around watching Netflix with my husband. And then moving on, so all of these have been pretty much niche fragrances. And I find like the niche fragrances, I have a lot of designer fragrances that I wear in spring and summer. But I find the niche fragrances, because they tend to be heavy and I'm not a big heavy person, so I usually allocate them for winter. And of course, to complete my little niche collection for winter, I have a set of Bun number 9. This one is Nuit de Noho, and it's like heavy on patchouli, and it's very close to these that I've been using for a long time, which are Angel, and I usually have several bottles of them. But it's just like a such higher quality than the Angel. It's just like I find more sophisticated than Angel, although it's very, very close to Angel. And this one is Success is the Essence of New York, and it's just so powdery. So it's a very, very cozy fragrance to wear with your nice sweater on winter. And these are beautiful for spring, but I find that they work really well for winter as well, just because Bun number 9 is so high quality, and so the stuff tend to last so long and heavy. So I find them very comforting. When I was going to work out of my home, I would spray these in my scarf and just sniff them in the train, and it would feel really luxurious, especially this one. So that's Lolita, and this one is Chinatown. Beautiful bottle. And to me, with this jasmine note in it, it is so comforting. It smells like a tea. It smells like Nouveau Riche. And I love to spray it on my sweater on winter. That's the time when I like it the most, because it can feel very sweet as well. So winter, it works really well for winter. Last but not least, I have my set of designer fragrances that I find work really, really well for winter. Of course, I had just mentioned this Patchouli Balm of Angel, and that's one of the fragrances I've been wearing for the longest before I was even into fragrances. A friend of mine had introduced me to them, and I really loved it. And I always get so much compliment for it. Now that my nose is more trained, I'm finding like I prefer Nuit de Noho to it, but it still remains very nice. My husband always compliment me on this. And then this one also, I kind of stay away, I kind of sometimes stay away from it just because somebody want to nibble me to no end whenever I have this. Just Gourmand and Mugler fragrance, and I believe that's Mugler. It's an Angel, but it's a flucker of it, and it's just so yummy. Like, it has this hazelnut note to it, and yeah, so that's my little Angel things here. And they're just very yummy fragrance. Always get compliment. If it's not for you, a man is going to want to nibble you somewhere on you. And then I have those other designer fragrances that I find I just really love. Of course, today I wore, and I've been talking about that in this vlog, I wore my Burberry Black with this nectar peach, and it's just totally amazing. And the perfumer is Francis Kurkdjian, and it's just like very yummy with this jasmine and peach nectar, and it's just really perfect for a weather like that. I mean, it even looks really beautiful with the snow background here. Oops. And then, of course, I have my 𝘍𝘕𝘓, which is one of the first fragrances I had. And like I had said, stay away from it on summer. Winter, the perfect fragrance. And when it came out, it was just one of the nicest gourmand around. And I believe it still remains. Now, this fragrance, I can't say I love it. So I have no problem getting rid of it. I use it as a room freshener just because I've not been able to handle the sweetness of it and the linearity of it for some reason. Maybe it's how I purchased it. It was the first haul I made. I was in New York. I didn't know a lot about fragrances, and I think Jeremy was talking so much about it. So I was like, oh my gosh, the bottle is nice. I purchased it, but I don't know. I've just not been able to really have love for it. I wore it once. Maybe I overdid it. And it just almost knocked me out. The whole day, it just remained the same. In the evening, remained the same. It became just overstayed its welcome. So clearly, it's a winter fragrance. I'm going to try to wear it when I go to work out and see how that plays itself. But for those who love it, it's definitely nice. It has this raspberry note to it that really makes it a very popular fragrance when it came out. I've seen flankers of it that looks lighter, but I really couldn't tell about them because of my experience with this one, I never got myself to purchase the flankers. And of course, my 𝘕𝘓𝑚 remains my classic fragrance of all time. On winter, it shines because it's just so, it feels, again, that's the perfume that you wear with a nice warm sweater. So that's 𝘕𝘓𝑚. And I've found that of all the 𝘕𝘓𝑚, Girls of Now, Forever is my favorite, and it's too sweet for me any other time, but I've found that I have really enjoyed it hanging out at home and wearing this winter. And of course, one of the things that is interesting about those designer fragrances is that many of them are really by perfumers that are who also did those niche fragrances. So for example, I believe this one, Gucci 𝘲𝑚𝑒moire is made by Morillas, Alberto Morillas, who also made this Bulgari, le gem, luxurious fragrances, the Viridia and the 𝘐𝑕𝑟𝑒𝑎. Always having problem with those beautiful bottles. So, and both of these fragrances, by Alberto Morillas, the Bulgari one, are sort of capturing some history in time. And 𝘲𝑚𝑒moire 𝑑'une is really, it has this African tea note to it. No, it has chamomile to it. And it's just very refreshing. I've found that I really love tea notes during winter. So I did try it this summer and it was beautiful, but this winter it remained just that much more beautiful because during the summer it turns a little bit vanillic on me, and just because it's a designer, it's probably not as high quality as if it were a niche. But on winter, you're able to get this opening tea note that really is the hallmark of this particular fragrance, and it just remained very beautiful. And it's by Alberto Morillas, just one of the most famous perfumers. So I really enjoyed Gucci Mémoire du Odeur. That's the only Gucci I have. I really enjoyed it this winter. And this one, I'm not going to say it's not a challenging fragrance. That's Femme by Rochas. And it's probably one of the oldest fragrances in the world. So clearly, this is a new formulation, but it's a 𝘕𝘓 fragrance. So when it came out, it was quite revolutionary. And it meant to, the shape is meant to encapsulate the female body. And this fragrance was basically designed to smell literally like a woman in all her parts. And that's a very challenging fragrance because it has the civet, it has the animalic. So when you first open it, if you're not used to this type of animalic note, it smells, I hate to put it this way, almost like sweat and pee and so forth. But I've really basically purchased this fragrance to try to train my nose into those sort of 𝘕𝘓, civet, animalic notes. But this women basically a classic fragrance. If you can handle it, it women quite the femme fatale fragrance. So right now I take it by very small dosage when I'm by myself in my study, and I don't venture yet to wear it near people, but it's really serving a lot to train my nose into this kind of very different, very dramatic type of fragrance. And of course, Jean Patou is also another 𝘕𝘓 fragrance that is a very traditional fragrance. I don't know if this is a new formulation, but I have also been totally enjoying it this winter. And I think I missed this one. That's Ralph Lauren Woman. It's probably one of my favorite Ralph Lauren fragrance. And I featured it in my fall fragrance, but I always felt it also was a winter fragrance. It's just very yummy and spicy. Just really love it. I love how it opens up. So classy, so Ralph Lauren. So yes. Last but not least, it's the mother of all designer winter fragrance that Dior added. Is this incredible vanilla and just very warm, very sexy, and it's really a kick to just wear it because all you do is just you keep smelling yourself. So yes. So guys, I know it's a long video. I had to be intentional about making it a little bit longer. I will try to put different point when I'm talking and different time when I talk about designer fragrances, when I talk about different type of fragrances to help you with referencing in this video if you don't have all the time to look at it all at once. But yes, I hope that you've enjoyed seeing my winter lineup. I think there are at least 2 more designer fragrances that I do want to add to what I have now because I got a sample of them. I really love them. So that's something I have to make a decision on whether to get them or not. But I'll see. So I think I have shown you, those, what I would say, most favorite designer fragrances that I have that I'm wearing this winter, and I'm really enjoying wearing them. So when you have a weather like this, I find it's just very comforting to have those nice, yummy fragrances. So I hope you have enjoyed seeing my collection of yumminess for this winter. Again, there is just one and at least two fragrances that I have been budgeting to have. They're designer fragrances, but I've had samples and I've just loved them so much. So I am planning to get them. Hopefully I have time to do that today. But I'm done working and about to get my kids. And hopefully it's not extremely dark, so I'll get to see some more beautiful outdoor snow. Still pretty neat out. The great thing when it's snowing is that even on winter, it doesn't get as dark. So I'm still enjoying some brightness. Typically, by the time I pick up the kids on winter, it's really dark. But today, with the beautiful brightness of the snow, I am still enjoying some super brightness. So yes, guys, we're going back to get the kiddos. So yeah, I said, oh my gosh, why should I feel I'm only living if I'm in a Caribbean setting? And I do love winter here, so I thought, why not? Why not have you also spend the winter with me? Or better yet, for those of you who are not living in a winter place, like who are in Haiti or some other tropical place, I thought it would be fun for you to also see how things are looking like, you know, today in this beautiful Chicago, well-known winter, the windy city. So it's been interesting because when we came back, and we took a lot of precaution going on vacation. I had a lot of masks, I had the headgear, and a lot of the activities in Haiti were outdoors. And again, as I had discussed, there weren't really the places I went, like the beach and so forth, the mountains weren't very, very crowded. I hope that you are enjoying spending today with me. I would like to know how you feel about doing live. I do plan to do live because there are a lot of things I learn about YouTube, and clearly it's a community where the idea is to have an audience, the idea is to have conversation, and there are a certain number of hours of viewing that's required of people, although ideally videos should be very short, but once in a while, it's for viewing purpose, it's very good to have much longer videos. So this video is intentional in being long, but it was very important for me to not just have a long video for the sake of having a long video, but to essentially have a vlog that was going to have content that you appreciate. And it seems very clear that you guys do appreciate the perfume content, and so it was and there were many perfumes to show during this winter. So I just pick up, believe it or not, just one of the kids. Another one is in varsity basketball, so either I or my husband have to go back in pretty much 1 hour to pick the other one up. But oh my God, believe it or not, folks, my day is barely far from over, so I'm just going to get a little pick-me-up with my Blackberry Black. It worked really, really well today. I just can't say enough of it. I have renewed love for it. So yes, it has helped me feel yummy and cozy and just very warm and elegant a little bit. Although I am pretty casual today, it's been just a day of errands running to take kids to school and working from home, and then also doing some workout even early this morning. That's another topic that I'm going to have to do a vlog on, probably follow some of the healthy choices that I'm going to try to make this year. So I'm going to have to hold myself very accountable for that. So yes, and so clearly I did not get to buy what I wanted to, that addition, so it is going to be the topic of a different blog. Hopefully I do another winter blog depending on the response I get on this one. So essentially I am just now going to prepare dinner and then later just relax. It's just, it turns out to be a very busy day. So, and so yeah, I'm glad that you came along with me. And things are pretty hectic right now in my house. That's another topic also, because we're having some construction work done. But I always try to have nice tropical flowers when winter, especially when winter hit, in order for me to just essentially feel like things are more green and more cozy. So yeah, I am just going to make some dinner and have a nice glass of wine with hubby, and hopefully you really enjoyed the time with me today like I did with you. So I look forward to your comments. I look forward to your likes, hopefully. And I know the video is long, but like I say, I'm hoping that you would just watch it in parts or all together, just with your glass of wine, and you've gotten to know me a little bit. And it's just been really fun spending this day of Chicago winter with you. So have a nice evening, everyone. Much appreciation for watching me. Okay, bye. Thank